Welcome once again, horror lovers. We know about paranormal events involving creatures which happen to be evil, but are there creatures which are evil by nature? We'll find out in today's video. It was Juan's birthday. He always wanted a dog, but his mother wouldn't allow it. She said having a dog was too much responsibility for him, and that he was too careless to properly take care of a pet. However, his grandma wanted to make him happy, so she bought him a creature from China. It was called a mogwai. The shopkeeper said that this animal was pretty easy to take care of, that it wasn't necessary to take it out for walks, and that it only ate every few days. He also warned Juan's grandma about a legend surrounding that animal, and that to keep it safe, the mogwai could never touch water. For Juan, receiving that mogwai was like getting a new best friend. He played with his new pet all day and took it with him everywhere he went. The best part is that Juan didn't need to be specially diligent in taking care of this animal, and if he ever got bored with it, he would simply put it back in its cage without any issues. One morning, Juan was jolted awake, feeling short of breath. After waking up, he noticed a smell that was coming from his pet. The mogwai smelled so bad that Juan was having trouble breathing. He then remembered what his grandma said, but that stink was just unbearable. Juan put the mogwai in the bathtub to clean it. However, the creature quickly started to shake and produce pretty scary growls. And then furballs came out of it, from which more mogwais seemed to start emerging. Juan rushed out of the bathroom looking for his mother to tell her what was happening. And when they returned to the bathroom, they couldn't believe what they were seeing. There was a huge quantity of mogwais there, all of them wet and furious. They were breaking the mirrors, the perfume bottles, the floor tiles, and everything in their path. Juan closed the door trying to keep them locked, but they soon started hitting it to break it down and get out. Juan called his grandma, who gave him the address of the store where she bought the animal. Only that shopkeeper would know what to do. Juan's mother stayed in the house, while Juan went looking for the store. He arrived as fast as he could and talked to the shopkeeper, who refused to go with him at first. "You have no idea how dangerous those animals are once they transform into gremlins." And in that very moment, Juan's mother called asking for help. The gremlins had escaped and were destroying the house. Then a loud scream was heard, and the call was cut off. The shopkeeper, worried, told Juan to get in his car. They arrived after driving at top speed. And once they opened the front door, an avalanche of gremlins fell on them. They pushed forward with punches and kicks, and although they ended up with scratches all over their bodies and their clothes torn off, they managed to open all windows in the house, making the sunlight fall on those little demons, destroying them. There was no sign of Juan's mother, only her phone destroyed on the floor. When the police arrived, they detained the shopkeeper and locked down all the mogwais in the store to prevent another tragedy like that one. Well, all the mogwais, except for one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you on the next episode.